My name is Akira Hatano. Although I'm only in my 20s, thanks to the steady growth of the venture company I joined, the company has allowed me to work in a middle management position as a member since the early days of the company. The atmosphere in the department, human relationships, external negotiations with management, etc. It's quite a lot to take care of. Yet it's very rewarding. And I'm working hard every day, making promises to my wife to save money for a home of our own. Now it's time to go. We're done for the day. Last week, I had to work a lot of overtime because of a sudden problem, so I'm not allowed to work overtime this week.
I understand, Hatano-san.
I'll just save it. Because the labor department's very strict, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm terrified of the labor department. Besides, you three probably don't even get paid at all.
I have no plans of my own.
I'm just home alone even if I get paid. I want to keep it for when things go wrong.
Please don't say that. Labor Standards Bureau is also watching the rate at which employees take their paid holidays.
Okay.
I'll think about it. Oh, by the way, Mr. Hadano, I'd like you to see this. I saw her by chance. Isn't this Mr. Hatano's wife?
Oh, this is...
Great telephoto.
Right. These aren't your phone's cameras, are they? Yes. When I went out to take pictures of the night view on my day off, I saw it, so I took a picture of it with my partner's SLR camera.
There is no doubt in my mind that it was my wife. My wife, with a strange man on her arm. How ridiculous. I can't believe it, no, but... My thoughts went around in circles. I was stunned in front of my staff.
That...
No matter what you do, shouldn't you do some proper research? I'll email you the pictures anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, my family affairs aside, our business for today is done. Over and done with.
Okay.
I called my old best friend that day, more to vent my anxiety than to ask for advice, asking if he would have a drink with me. Maybe my voice sounded more urgent than I thought it was, but my best friend Eiji readily agreed. This guy is Eiji Tomono. He's been my best friend since high school and was the smartest kid in our group. He's currently working hard as a lawyer. Okay, fine. And what happened to you? Is it about your wife? You got it all figured out. I can't imagine you making a mistake at work. And if you want me to listen to you, seriously, that's the only way I can think of to help you. Actually... Do you think your wife knows that you sensed it? No, I just found out a few minutes ago. Okay, good job for talking to me first. So what do you want to do? I don't know. It's still so hard for me to believe. That's the honest truth. Well, I know how you feel. But what if the alternative is to turn a blind eye? I don't think that's possible. Well then, there's no time to spare. Once they realize that you found out, everything will go in their favor. That's how it is. If they're alerted, it will be difficult to gather evidence. Without solid evidence, they will push us away, saying they don't know anything about it. Anyway, you need to collect the evidence as soon as possible. During the process, it will become clear whether it's a misunderstanding or not. However, what's the evidence, for example? A couple of photos or pictures that clearly show that you have been unfaithful would be enough to be sure. For example, if there is proof that the two of you have used a hotel together, or if you have been having a good time at home or outdoors, we can use a camera or an IC recorder. This is getting a little too much for me. Of course, you're right. I've seen many cases like this one in my experience, and it really is tough to gather evidence. You have to use an expensive agency to do it, but above all, many clients are mentally exhausted during the time they are left swimming. I bet you're right. It's sickening just to think of doing that with a stranger. Oh, adultery is really sinful. Nobody is happy. As for you, it's a blessing in disguise that you don't have children yet. The realization slowly dawned on me as I listened. As I listened, I felt the word divorce weighing heavily on my mind. Well, by the way, the detective agency, how much is it?
Wait a minute. There's no need for a detective agency.
We'll take care of it.
I got here because I was a little worried.
No, however, you guys have some work to do.
The three of us will take turns staking out the job, since the boss is insisting that we use our paid holidays. I'm pretty good with machines. I'll lend you an IC recorder and a small camera as well.
I'll use this to capture the decisive moment perfectly.
Oh well, isn't it nice to have people around who are willing to cooperate with you? But you must report the evidence you collect to me. Akira's mental health is at stake, and if you and Akira meet alone, he may suspect that you are cheating on him. But until this is settled, you and Akira are not to meet alone or communicate in any meaningful way on SMS, etc. I decided to formally sign on with Eiji as my attorney. The rest of the evening was spent discussing details.
Now you can't run away from the game by accident, can you? Yes, though I had promised to do so anyway.
We'll have our match when it's all said and done.
We'll be fair and square then, right?
A few days after my wife's alleged affair surfaced, I realized what Eiji had told me. Evidence began to come in right away. I was able to record a lovey phone call with the cheating partner just by setting up some IC recorders I borrowed from Nikaido-kun. I checked my cell phone after my wife went to bed and found some pitch-black social networking exchanges as well. I ran to the bathroom and threw up several times every time I checked the evidence. My wife, who I had sworn to love in sickness and in health, seemed to me like an unknown monster. Why is she able to treat me with such indifference?
Your man is very good. I never expected them to do this much research in less than a week. And I found out something interesting. Your wife's partner was the adopted son-in-law of a well-known and respected local family. Moreover, her father-in-law is a member of the prefectural assembly. So suddenly, I'm very motivated. Those houses don't like ugly stories, even more so if it's a member of the Diet. There is a possibility that they will pay what they say they will pay, even if the fee is more than the market rate. I accepted the deal at a friendship price, but it's going to be more profitable than most deals.
It's 10% of the alimony you won, isn't it?
Well, let's make a deal of about 30 million yen. If there is a trial, the family's shame will be left as evidence in the court record.
Can you charge that much?
Although there is a market rate, there is no upper limit stipulated for alimony. Obviously, it would increase or decrease depending on the other party's income and assets. Well, anyway, we have enough evidence now. It's time for sanctions in the name of negotiation from here on. The documents and contents certified letters to be sent to the house of the spousal partner, head family of the spousal partner's family, and your wife have already been compiled.
Well...
Hey, welcome back. Is Eiji-kun with you?
I'm sorry to disturb you. I come today not as a friend, but as a lawyer.
I need you to sign the divorce papers.
Wait, no.
What? You had an affair. I knew it, and I got all the evidence I could. This is the result.
The devil is in the air. The only one I really love is you. Don't you understand?
What do you expect me to believe in that statement when you've been to hotels with other men so many times?
Your wife's side is responsible, so she doesn't have the right to make a decision. If she must, she will have to fight it out in court. Your husband's demands have been summarized here.
I have to tell your father-in-law and mother-in-law. Unless they don't want to put a seal on it, they can take it all back and figure out what to do with it.
Going home? My home is here, isn't it?
It doesn't matter if I leave, but it won't change the outcome. I'll even cancel my lease here.
Wait.
Then call the affair partner here.
That's because it would be a nuisance to the other party.
Well, I see. You're protecting the adulterer rather than me. Although I love you, I'm stunned to hear you say that. Well, it's okay if you don't want to call them. We already sent the same documents anyway, and the result will be the same. Let's go, Eiji. End of story.
No apology or sincerity. So shall we consider an increase in the fee? Please contact your husband through me, his agent, from now on. Now, if you will excuse me.
A week has passed since the divorce was declared. Apparently, my wife was very angry with her in-laws and signed the divorce papers, agreeing to all our terms. The affair was settled on almost exactly the terms he had requested.
Therefore, it's a complete victory.
Oh, I still don't feel better.
Well, it's not like I can help it. As for the affair partner, it seems that he is not divorcing her. But it seems that his salary will be reduced to less than that of a new graduate, so he will be forced to work for the rest of his life to pay back the alimony that his parents-in-law paid for him.
A needle in a haystack. I deserved it.
I saw him a few times in negotiations, and his wife was a real beauty. I wonder what she was unhappy about that made her have an affair.
You're sick. I ain't gonna see no logic in it.
Right.
Thus, my divorce saga came to a quiet close.
Mr. Hadano, coffee's brewing. Here you go.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Mr. Hadano, we got tickets to a preview of the movie you're talking about. Do you want to join us?
Yes, I heard it's very popular, but I'm surprised you got it. How did you manage to get it? I mean, are you sure you want a divorced guy to go with you?
No, prefer Hadano-san. I overcooked the meat and potatoes.
Thanks for the help, but aren't you making too much every day? For some reason, once the divorce was finalized, my men became strangely concerned about me. Maybe they're just concerned about my broken heart, but... I'm not sure to take the next plunge into love just yet, though I think these guys might be able to blow that feeling out of the water.
Thank you for
watching. Please subscribe if you like this video.